Hello, this is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it. So before I get started on this other topic, I want to reach out to all of you and see how everybody is doing. And I hope that you were able to get out sometime this week, out in nature somewhere, maybe by yourself or maybe with your loved one if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband or a wife or even your children. It's really important to get them used to the outside, whether they're little. I've seen a lot of people when I go out hiking in my area where it's cold out, where they actually, some of the parents brought their little ones with them. They had them on their back, carrying them out on a hiking trip, with the snow on the ground. I thought that was awesome when I seen that. So they're never too little, except for the infants, of course. You want to make sure they're used to the temperature a little bit before you do take them out. But, some of you may have some furry little friends, some dogs or some cats, and really I want to pick on the dogs right now because normally people don't really take their cats out for a walk, but I have seen that in my area at least. So yeah, if you have dogs, get them out. They love to get outside and sniff everywhere, and anything they can sniff, they sniff. So they are so precious. So make sure you get them out. Make sure they have enough water and stuff depending on where you live. And anyway, I really want to reach out to all of you. This really pertains to anybody 18 and older, male or female, single or not. And if you're couples or even married, this actually applies to all of you. So I hope all of you can get some help from this very important video that I'm going to talk about. And you're probably wondering, what am I going to talk about? Well, I did make other videos. I didn't send them out yet, so this will be a new one, a little bit newer. So anyway, this is about relationships and, keeping people safe. That's what I'm all about. I want to make sure the children are safe, and other things that I want to reach out to people is make sure people don't have unplanned pregnancies. So, and not only to keep safe that way, but, if you're out, whether you're single, man or girl, woman, ladies, or, if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, or, if you're married, I know there's a lot going on in this world, and don't mind the smoke. My house is not on fire. I just have a couple incense here. And so anyway, yeah, so with what I'm about to talk to you is very important, and this is why I wanted a YouTube channel, is to help people out. And, I've gone on lots of dating sites, mainly one that I've gone on to. So I do want to touch a little bit on about dating sites and relationships, as far as safety goes. So for dating sites, and this is men and women, is really, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, but, you do have to keep yourself safe. And I know there's some people out on dating sites, because I've been out there, is some people are not really looking for relationships. They're more to go on dating sites either to be friends, period, that's it. Sometimes there's men or women that are trying to get hooked up with people just to be friends. That's it, friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that doesn't work out for every couple. Some people do not want to see their loved one out with the opposite sex at all, but there's times that I've seen where some women will give their men permission to go on a dating site and try to make friends with opposite sex. And if that works for you and your relationship, I think that's great. You need to trust each other if you're going to do that, of course. And anyway, then there's the other types of people that are out there they're not looking to get hooked up. They want to kind of be friends, but they're more looking for, like sex. They're not looking really to get hooked up in a relationship material. So I've been on dating sites for that particular thing before. I was just looking for friends and not looking to get hooked up. And I don't do good for one-night stands or friends with benefits, so that does not work for me. So I've been on looking just for friendship. And a lot of times when I've gone on dating sites, a lot of men get that mixed up. They think if a girl is looking for a friend, maybe she, wants to have sex too. And but that's not the case for me. So there are a lot of single women and men out there that, they want either friends for benefits or one-night stands. And I've told many a men that I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. I'm not interested in a one-night stand. And somebody made a joke and said, well, it won't be one night. And, they knew exactly what I was talking about, but I still wasn't interested, even if it was more than one night. So anyway, I really want to reach out to women and men on the whole dating site thing, about either your, that free spirit that you're going out just looking for sex, and not wanting a relationship, or if you're that type of male or female that is looking, like for love, maybe you're looking to get, like into a relationship, a guy or, if you're a guy or a girl and maybe you're a girl and you want a boyfriend, and, maybe you're a guy and you're looking for a girlfriend on a dating site. And that is great, but as far as the way I always did things on that is I would always start off with looking for a friend first, and build from that. But really, before I even get started with looking for somebody on a dating site, whether you knew this or not, is that really, who you're looking for is right inside of you this whole time. So that's what I found out is I've been looking in all the wrong places. So you might be too. I found out the more I work on myself is, where I can actually find the one that I'm in love with myself right now. So I've been learning to love myself, and I have to give Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, credit for that. He taught me really what you're looking for is already inside of you. All the answers that you're looking for in this world is already here with you. So you might be on a dating site wasting your time, like trying to hook up with people. And some tips is that you got to really be cautious, women and men, is that not all those women or men on those dating sites are real people. They do have some, like people that collect information about you on dating sites. There are officers out there, checking things out on dating sites. And there are fake people out there that are not really themselves. And there's scammers out there, men and women. I've definitely had my handful of men on dating sites, trying to get information from me, and where it wasn't leading to nothing, or they were trying to find out, like when they start asking you right away about, like how much money you make, they might not really come out and ask that question. They're more sneaky about it by asking you first thing without getting to know anything else about you is, like, what do you do for work? That to me is a big red flag. That shouldn't be the first thing a man or a woman should be asking any of us, So men, be careful out there. There are women on dating sites that are, you might even know this already. I might be telling you something that you're like, I already knew that. I've even talked to them before. So you have to be careful, because there are women prostitutes that do go on dating sites to try to get men's money, So men, you do have to be careful who you're getting caught up with, And they do have officers that do watch over these dating sites. So you better, be careful what you're getting yourself into, because you never know if you're getting set up for something or not. So I do just want to warn you, because I do care about you. And it can be fun on dating sites trying to get to know somebody. And, some of you might send pictures back and forth. That's the way it goes. And, you might exchange information like your address or your telephone number on these dating sites. And you really have to be careful. There are warnings, on dating sites that tell you to be careful about doing that. A lot of times, you might even give your email address or some kind of number, like maybe it's a WhatsApp number. So you do have to be careful out there on dating sites about all this information that you're given, or even pictures. So men and women, you don't really want to put pictures of your face, like on these pictures. A lot of times when men ask for pictures, they don't want pictures with your clothes on, women. And, I don't know about women asking guys for pictures. I normally try to ask for most recent picture, because sometimes on dating sites, people might, it's kind of crazy. They might put something up that was 10 years old, and then, they gained a lot of weight, and then, then you meet them and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, what happened here? So it's really important, if you're on a dating site, to ask for recent photos, and ask them, is that a recent picture? And if they say no, ask them, and it's wise to really ask, can you send like a full picture of yourself? I want to see all of you. I don't want to just see your face, because, looks are deceiving. You might see a pretty girl or a pretty guy, and you might think that they're, you might be looking for an athletic person or somebody your size. And you could be surprised when you finally meet them and realize, wow, what happened here? I thought they were thin, and sometimes people will put on dating sites what their weight is and their size, like what, how tall they are, so then people can kind of get an idea of their weight and all that. But not all people want to put that information on their profile. So, so you really need to know what you're getting involved into. And no matter what you're searching for on the dating site, you really, all of you, whether you're a man or a female, you really need to be safe, keep yourself safe. And what I was doing before is I always would tell my family a lot, which I haven't gone on a dating site in years, but I would give my family information about where I was going, or leave information in my apartment somewhere with the address on there, so then if anything happened, that somebody could find me. You don't want to, people are sneaky sometimes. They might want to meet you one place, and then they change the direction and say, meet me somewhere else instead. So those things, you do have to be careful, no matter if you're a guy or a girl. Even you guys, you don't know if you're being set up. It might, you might be thinking you're getting set up by a girl, but how do you know that you're not getting set up to get ripped off or something, So you do have to keep yourself safe, because there's all kinds of things out there on the dating sites. And they used to have, I used to go on to it, and I don't believe they have it anymore, but they used to have on Craigslist, they used to have for personals, and that was a very dangerous site, because they had everything and anything, you name it. I used to read a lot of the profiles that they had on there, the posts that they had on there, and I used to put some up myself. So I have put some posts up on Craigslist, looking for a certain type of man when I was younger. And yeah, it's pretty intense sometimes, the things that you might read or you put out yourself, So a lot of times men and women, they might want to try to meet you at a park somewhere. You always want to meet, in a public setting somewhere where other people are around, and it's good to really let people know, if you have family or friends, to say, hey, later on I'm going to meet this man or woman, because guys, like, you don't know what you're getting set up with, you might think you're a guy and you're tough, or maybe you don't think you're tough. You never know what people are up to, and don't bring a lot of money with you. That's a good rule. You want to make sure, just be smart when you go out to these, when you meet and greet. That's what I call it, is when you might not know what a meet and greet is, but I came up with that name myself. So it's when it's the first time after you got to know somebody, like where you're just going to finally meet them. And sometimes with people, when the heat of the moment, sometimes you might not even really got to know them very well, So that is a very dangerous thing. I've done that many times, I have to say. And I'm just letting you learn from my mistakes that I did in the past, which I don't plan on going on any dating sites, at least not for dating, maybe to find friends. But, and you still have to be careful, even if it's just a friend. A lot of times people are hoping for more, even though you put, friends and you talk friends. And, a lot of times men and women are just kind of, they might be hoping, more than just friends. So anyway, you do have to be careful, because sometimes, especially in the summertime, I noticed with myself is, you never want to be desperate, and that's where I was before. I was really desperate. I really wanted to get out and get to know a guy, and I had all these rules, and, I chucked them right out the window, I did. And, I ended up meeting men in places that I shouldn't have met them, or I met them without even knowing anything about them, not very much. And before you knew it, I was in my car ready to meet him, because, I wanted something to do on the weekend, and I didn't want to be bored and not have anything to do. So out of that, I did some really not the greatest things for safety. So all the things that I learned, I want to help you, women and men. It's just, there's some bad women out there. You never know. They might have a boyfriend that might be setting you up, to try to meet you and just to rob you and take from you or something, So you do have to be careful. Even if they, like might have a picture and they might look like a small female. Don't let size fool you, you never know what they're carrying on with them. And because there are a lot of prostitutes that are trying to make money on dating sites, you do have to really be careful out there. But anyway, the other part that I really wanted to talk to you about, whether you're looking for friends with benefits or one night stands, or maybe you're getting hooked up and you really want to start off as friends. Sometimes people skip that part and they want to be boyfriend girlfriend right away, quick thing, which is never a good thing, really. And a lot of times that's not going to work out, because if you didn't really get to know each other, so you do have to take things slow. And like I said, really who you're looking for is really inside of you anyway. So, but, I can't stop you from going out to dating sites or even on social media, which you still have to be careful, On my Facebook, I do have men that want to know, about, like what I do for a living. I know that they're up to no good, They want to find out if you're, like if you got money to scam you. So you got to be really careful even on those sites. But the main reason why I want to reach out to all of you, women and men, is, you want to be safe. Whether you're going out for a one-night stand or friends with benefits, a lot of people are not thinking about safety. I've noticed, and I've been out there, is that a lot of men feel that, I will let a man know, like if I was just going to have like, maybe I wasn't interested in a relationship right now, maybe I'm just going to look for a one-night stand or friends with benefits, somebody I can be friends with, go to the restaurant with, do things with, but not have a relationship with, and of course have sex with, is what I have noticed. I will let the man know that, hey, I want you to use a condom. And in the beginning, a lot of men will be fine with that. They start off good, and they will have their condoms with them, to make sure that they have it, otherwise they know that I'm not going to be interested in having sex with them, and after 2 or 3 times, after they've seen you and been with you those times, instantly they're like, hey, we've been together, they feel it, and they make it sound like you've been together like for a year now. and you haven't really spent very much time with them. And, then they want to instantly, not to use their condoms. So, women, I got to reach out to you too, is, make sure you have some condoms, I got some here. We got all kinds. And what kind do you want here? We got these. We even have some colorful ones if you like those. So yeah, some more ones, some colorful ones. So women, I do have to pick on you a little bit. Of course, it's hard to find out what the man likes as far as a condom. That's why I have a variety pack here. Is, men are men and they want to feel they want to feel. So they want to, have the thinnest ones, but, something that feels comfortable. And depending on size, of course, I'm not a guy, so I really don't know nothing about condoms when it comes to that. I don't have what it takes. So women, I got to really reach out to you on this, is, just because you don't have what it takes, to use a condom, I love you so much. Make sure you're carrying condoms too. Maybe you really do want to, maybe you really are attracted to that guy, and maybe it is just a one-night stand, or, friends with benefit, or, maybe it's even more than that. Maybe, you've been seeing each other for a while and you really want to take it to the next level, and maybe it's you're thinking about having sex the first time. Women, I gotta pick on you a little bit on this one, is it's not just the men's job to make sure you're covered, make sure you're protecting yourself. You need to make sure you have some condoms, put them in your purse. They're small enough, make sure they're not old. You don't want one that's been around like 10 years, and that's been in your wallet for a long time, or your purse, where they get, kind of squished up and stuff, and they might not be as effective. But, you want to protect yourself in all ways, not just, about, like maybe you can get pregnant still. You want to protect yourself so you don't get pregnant, unless you are taking some kind of form of protection on that, like the pill or whatever. I know they have so many different things these days to protect you so you don't have babies when you don't want one. So I'm all about making sure people don't have more babies, when they don't want to. I don't want to have more people having unplanned pregnancies. And this, I have to say this because both of my kids were unplanned. My first one, I wanted a child, but I really was young. I was 17 years old when I was pregnant with my first, my daughter, even though I really wanted a daughter. But I wasn't ready, like at 17, to really be a mom, and to do all the things. I didn't have a car or a job at that time. So, and this happens a lot. And then you end up having, a lot of times down the road, children being abused by their parents, or where people want to have a miscarriage. So not only about being safe about pregnancy and stuff like that, but you want to make sure, like, bring some of these with you, you can catch something, women, don't put it all on the man to think that it's his job, like to protect you. Don't leave it up to him, because they're going to try to get away with what they can. A lot of guys do not want to wear condoms. I don't know very many men that say, hey, I love wearing condoms, So you really do. You want to protect yourself from catching anything, because, if you don't know this guy, you don't know what he's been doing all week, and if this is a thing that he does all the time, especially if you're into the one-night stands or friends with benefits, or even the guy that's out there looking for a serious relationship. You don't know his background. And guys, same thing with her. You don't know how many guys she's been with throughout the year, and has she been using protection all this time? Has she been getting checked up? Is she safe? Just because she looks safe on the outside doesn't mean she's safe in the inside. So men and women, and guys, you do not want to get a girl pregnant. Do you even know if she can get pregnant? Did you even ask her, hey, are you taking the pill? Are you, a lot of times things happen quick, especially in the summertime. People get warm and they go hiking or go camping, and, that weather does some crazy stuff to all of us, makes us go crazy. How are you in the springtime? Everybody can't wait to get out when it's beautiful out and the grounds start drying and people start going out hiking. And then later on it gets warmer out in the summertime, and people can't wait to go out swimming, and it's just a lot of energy going on with our bodies, and like the just getting outside, and especially if you were locked up all winter and you didn't really do nothing in the wintertime, everybody is wanting to get out. So really, guys and girls, you really need to really protect yourself. A lot of people think when it comes to safe sex is like, hey, if she looks like she's clean, she's got to be fine. And girls, just because he takes good care of himself and he looks clean, doesn't mean that he is. Did you ever ask him, like if he's been tested? And my good advice on this whole thing is, especially if you're really interested in getting involved with somebody as far as a relationship goes, don't have sex, right away. Find out, get to really know each other, ask each other's questions, ask them how their health is. Sometimes we get all wrapped up, men and women are so different from each other. A lot of times men and women, especially men, want to, get pictures from the female and get to see their body parts and stuff. And, there's a lot of changing pictures back and forth. And there's some women out there, they might want to see pictures of you too, and I'm not talking about the pictures with clothes on, so when it comes to that kind of thing, though, Starlight always likes to be surprised. I really rather leave all that until I find out when it comes to the time. I really don't like having special photos sent to my phone or my computer. To surprise me. I don't like those surprises at all. Some of you women might get into that. Where Starlight's not into that kind of thing. I'd rather, not know, where some men really think that women want to know, which really, I'm not really impressed with all that anyway. So I've learned it really doesn't matter the size. Yeah. So anyway, you do want to keep yourself safe, and it's so important, to find out, if they're taking medications, who are these people that you're getting involved with? Can they get pregnant? Can that guy get you pregnant? Women, you got to find out. And women, don't forget that if you're not taking the pill, that happens sometimes because the heat of the moment, women might forget, because they haven't had sex in a while. They might forget, yeah, I still can get pregnant. I'm not taking the pill. I haven't taken the pill in how many years? So women, I really want to reach out to you because, are you ready to have a baby? And not just having a baby, what if he's carrying something? What if he's got something and maybe he doesn't even know about it? A lot of people these days don't even know. They don't get checked up enough, like when's the last time you had an HIV test, or an STD test? It's so important to get your regular checkups, and you need to find that out with your partner, whoever you're going to have sex with, especially when you're looking for a real, like a real committed relationship. Find out these things. And, another tip, which is a big one, is if you really are serious and you really don't know the person, it is really important to say, hey, now that we've gotten to know each other, since you told me all this stuff, but why don't we just get tested now anyway? And, you said you haven't had sex in, a while, and you've had a couple of relationships in between, and why don't you both just get tested? What's there to hide? If you've already been open, and it's not going to hurt you to get tested. And you never know. You might find out something that you didn't know about. You might not even have any signs of having anything. And that does happen, where it is good to take those extra precautions to keep yourself safe. After you get all tested, you both can actually show the test results to each other, and now guess what? You really, as long as you're faithful to each other, you really don't have to worry about a condom anymore, as long as you can't get pregnant, the woman at least, so that is my tip for safety. But you need to make sure you're with somebody that's going to be faithful. And I'm not saying that those people are going to be faithful, but using protection is not having sex is the safest sex. But really, it's good to get tested before you even go with somebody. Find out, hey, I want to know before I, get involved with her or him. So those are my tips on safety. You might have never thought of this, and it's wise, really, especially if you're looking for a long-term relationship. Maybe you want to get married to somebody, you don't want to find out down the road, later on, when you're already involved, that could be very upsetting. So you really do want to find out ahead of time, and a lot of times we really can't trust people. So that's why getting tested, and showing each other the test results is the best method on that, is to do that, to keep yourself safe. And then when you do want to have children, then hey, we're both clean, we've been tested, we got our results, and then if somebody doesn't want to get tested, they could be hiding something. So these are tips for you. And anyway, I love all of you. I hope you get a lot of help from this. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it. And again, I hope all of you are taking good care of yourself. And remember, we got colors, yellow, green, they even probably have glow-in-the-dark ones. So, you can always have fun with those things, but safety should be the first thing that you're thinking about. And always, women and men, have those with you. Make sure they're new, don't want them been 10 years or 20 years, in your wallet all this time. So, be safe out there. There's nothing wrong with having fun, but be safe. And this is Starlight, Love and Light. Peace.